Hello, I'm Pastor Joe, and I want to welcome you to Impacts. Impacts is a video teaching series where I try to help you nurture your faith in, your commitment to, and your relationship with Jesus Christ. You know, I hear people all the time talk about going to church. I think it's something we all do, but I also believe it's something we ought to quit saying. So over the next couple of weeks, we're going to be doing a short series on what is the church. So come on, let's get started. You know, I suppose we've all said it. It comes so easily. I have said it. And honestly, if I'm not thinking clearly or not thinking about what it is I'm saying, I still say it from time to time. But I will hear people talk about, I'm going to church. Or maybe we ask someone, are you going to church tomorrow? See, it sounds like an innocent question or an innocent statement, I'm going to church. But it really is something we need to stop saying, because it really is a misplaced understanding of who we are. You see, the danger is this. When we talk about going to church, we reduce the church to this. We reduce the church to nothing more than brick and mortar. We reduce the church to being a building, a space, a particular location. And it's really not. Now, don't get me wrong. You know, our buildings, our sanctuary, our fellowship halls, our education wings and all of that, these things are very important, but they are not the church. When we turn to Scripture, the New Testament word that we most often see translated as the church is a Greek word, ecclesia. Now, ecclesia really means a gathering, a coming together. So, from a biblical standpoint, when we talk about the church, we're not talking about a building. We're not talking about a specific location. We're talking about a gathering of God's people. It is a coming together of God's people for a particular reason. So over the next couple of weeks, we're going to be looking at a passage from Acts that's going to help us understand what the church is. That it's not brick and mortar, that it's not a particular location or a building, but that it is the gathering of God's people for a particular purpose, for particular things. And the Bible is really going to help us understand what those things are. So here's my challenge to you for this week. I want to encourage you to start retraining your mind and rethinking your understanding of what the church is. I want you to stop thinking of the church as a brick and mortar building. Stop thinking of the church as a particular location, and start thinking of the church as us, the people. Because the church is the people of God gathered in order to be about those things that God has called us to do and to be about. So again, over the next few weeks, we're going to be looking at a passage in Acts that will help us define what those things are if we are to be the church. Well, look, I hope that you will join me next week. We're going to start looking at that passage and getting a better, deeper, more rounded understanding of what the church is. I do encourage you, if you haven't already, to subscribe to my channel. And when you subscribe to my channel, there is an icon. I think it's in the shape of a bell that you can click. And when you click on that, you are turning on the notifications so that whenever I post a new video, you will get notified of it, and therefore you won't miss any new videos. I also hope that you will share this video with your friends and your neighbors, your family members, so that they can join us on our journey of understanding what the church is. Until we gather again next week, may God's blessings be with you.